Hi, Tim Cant here, and in this video we're going to look at an example of how straightforward compositional changes can develop your music's emotional impact. This is cool because it doesn't require any fancy sound design or processing to achieve results, and in fact I'd say it can give you an emotional impact you can't achieve any other way. Just a quick note, if you'd like some online tuition, click the link in the description. So, my favourite example of this is a house classic called Let the Music Use You by the Night Writers. This track was produced by the legendary Frankie Knuckles, and while the production is lovely, it's the composition that demonstrates what we're talking about today. The meat of this track is a 4-chord groove over 4 bars, and this is voiced in a way that gives us an extremely cool downward movement. The bass line doesn't follow this implied melody or the root notes of the chords. Instead, we have a 1-bar ostinato bass line. As you may remember if you watched my previous video on groove length and energy, you'll know that a short bass line means that the track is going to sound energetic in a danceable way. So things are sounding sick, and the track just rinses this groove for the first 2 minutes. You've got the vocal and leads coming in and out, but the all-important groove remains the same. That is until bar 73, when something happens. As the listener, you start to feel exultation, your heart begins to lift, and you feel an irresistible urge to put your hands in the air. So, what does this? It's not the sonic palette, the beats, or really anything production-wise. A new lead comes in here, but that's not what's doing it. 2 things happen to cause this development of emotional energy. First, the chord progression changes from having an implied downward melody to having a really overt upward movement, and you'll notice we're dealing with simpler chords here. Secondly, the uplifting energy of the new chords is compounded by the change in the bass from a 1-bar ostinato to a 4-bar pattern that follows the root note of the chords. What's more, we're in for a double dose of this uplifting energy because the bass plays this root 5th octave pattern, so the bass has an upward movement in not just one, but 2 ways. It's this juxtaposition between the cool descending chords and 1-bar groove of the first part of the track, with the uplifting chords and bass of the new section, that gives it that feel that you just can't get by rolling out the same looped music for the whole track. What's more, this section only plays for a mere 8 bars, and we're back to the cool groove from before. Here the Night Writers are being masters of emotional manipulation. They've shown us a teeny taste of heaven, just enough to get you hooked on the good stuff, and then it's back to the grind. Throughout the track, you get a sprinkling of these uplifting sections, but it always keeps you hungry. What an absolute stone cold classic. I'll link the full track in the description so you can enjoy it in its entirety yourself. Once more, fancy some tuition? Links in the description. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you later.